welcome to another episode of It's Tea Time. I'm your host, Jonathan Sellers, and by my side is the Director of Athletics for Troy University, John Hartwell. And John, another busy week for Troy Athletics, and it all started really last Thursday night with the home football game.
Yeah, it really was a busy week, and last Thursday, national television, ESPNU against Louisiana Monroe, and certainly not the end result we wanted, but it was an opportunity to showcase, the university, our athletic department, our football team. I want to send a shout out to the fans who were able to come out. We did have a little rain that afternoon that probably kept the crowd down a little bit. But more in particular, a shout out to our students who I thought showed up in mass and stayed throughout most of the game, as well as the Sound of the South. They did an outstanding job in creating a great game day atmosphere. Unfortunately, Colton Browning showed why he was the preseason player of the year in the league, and certainly we made some mistakes in the game, but you do have to take your hat off to Louisiana Monroe and give them credit for going on the road and winning the game. And the good thing about that is we didn't have much time to feel sorry for ourselves. Certainly a short week again this week from a football perspective. They got right back to work Friday evening and getting ready to go on the road tomorrow morning, leaving to go to Lafayette for a Thursday night, another ESPNU game, and a formidable task. Lafayette undefeated in the league right now, 4-0, but I think we'll be ready to play. Again, a lot to be learned from last week's defeat to Louisiana Monroe, and a lot still to play for. We're 5-4. Next win makes us bowl eligible, and certainly we'd have to have some help along the way. But win these last two conference games against Lafayette and Texas State, and certainly could be in the mix for a conference championship.
Right, crazier things have happened. We've seen things like that happen before, and you just never know.
Absolutely.
And following this weekend, the game against Lafayette, the team will get a couple of days to rest because they will get a chance to play the following Saturday, and that time was announced against Ole Miss.
Sure, 11 o'clock kickoff, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time now against Ole Miss, and another ESPNU game. So I think that will make our fourth ESPNU game of the year, and an opportunity, certainly a place where I spent almost 10 years. So look forward to going back to Oxford, and we'll have our work cut out for us then. But for now, all eyes and all concentration on Louisiana Lafayette, getting ready for that game Thursday evening.
All right, and another event that was held over the weekend at Troy was the cross-country championships, and it ended up being a good event, and maybe the teams didn't do quite as well as they had hoped, but overall, just a good turnout and good event.
Yeah, it really was an exceptionally run race, and certainly hats off to Tony Ferrante and Mike Frigge and our facilities and game management crew, Kit Aliwine, our compliance director, who served as tournament coordinator, and both from the Sun Belt Conference standpoint, as well as the officials who came to run it from an NCAA perspective. Very pleased with our course, thought it was outstanding, an outstanding event. And yeah, our teams did not finish quite where we wanted to, but a young squad, both on the men's and women's side, and a lot to work for the future towards.
And another team that's going to be in their tournament this week, and that's going to be the soccer team. They head to San Marcos, I believe, today, Tuesday, and they'll be playing Wednesday against the home team, Texas State.
Yes, an opportunity for Coach Chris Bentley and that team, and certainly finished strong in the regular season, finished tied for fourth place, and an opportunity against the Texas State team playing on their home turf, if you will, but certainly our coaching staff and student athletes think they have a legitimate shot at winning that tournament.
And what better way to send them home than, at their own home place. So
absolutely.
The volleyball team also has a big game this week, and that's going to be here at home on Wednesday. They actually have a three home game stand, and that begins Wednesday.
Sure. Wednesday night, tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. In Trojan Arena against in-state rival South Alabama. Followed up by matches Friday and Saturday evenings, both at 7 p.m., I think. So close out the regular season home portion of our schedule, and certainly we host the Sun Belt Conference tournament here in about almost 3 weeks, and an opportunity for our team. We've struggled of late. I think we've lost 6 straight conference matches, but we need to take care of business in these 3 straight at home.
Yeah, what better way to do that than at home? And then finally, the basketball team, both teams open the season on Friday.
both on the road. The women at Alabama State, the men in Oxford against Ole Miss, and excited to see both of those teams in action. Both have had really good preparation in the preseason, good showings in exhibition games, and it'll be exciting. And I know those teams are ready to stop beating on each other and beat on another team. So looking forward to that. Also, just wanted to mention another event from this past Saturday. We had our basketball Meet the Trojans fan day for both our men's and women's teams, which went very well. And then the inaugural Basketball 101, again, with both our men's and women's coaching staffs and some of our student athletes participating, really well received by those in attendance.
And if you didn't get the chance to see them in the exhibitions or get to meet them, you can see them at home on Monday, both teams playing their first home games as well. You
actually have a doubleheader, a Veterans Day doubleheader. It's a holiday for the university, but the women will tip it up at 5:15, and then the men will start 30 minutes after that, roughly 7:30 on Monday night. I believe the women are taking on FAMU and the men playing LaGrange College, so an opportunity to come out. Promotion for that day, because it is Veterans Day. Any current active duty military or veterans can come and show your ID and get in free.
What better way to see both teams in action on Veterans Day? You shouldn't have much to do that day on a holiday, so get out there and support the Trojans.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll have some good news to talk about.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, let's talk about some wins next week.
All right. Stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. Back to our final look on It's Tea Time, and we're joined today by an assistant coach with the men's basketball team, and that's Marcus Grant. And Coach, glad to have you here at Troy, and thanks for being here today.
Oh, glad to be here. Thank you.
And y'all get the season started this weekend, and a big one for you. I know you're a former Bulldog at Mississippi State, now a Trojan, but you're getting to play Ole Miss, and that's got to be a big one for you.
Yeah, it is. We're excited to get the season underway. We've been practicing now for 6 weeks, and just been pretty much beating up on each other for 6 weeks, so we're anxious to get started and play against some other competition. And Ole Miss is going to be a really good test for us to start the season. They're a really good team, missing their best player, Marshall Henderson, but still a good team nonetheless. And it's going to be a good test for us.
Now, I know that one of the things the NCAA allowed was a little bit of extra practice time this year for your guys, and that had to be beneficial, especially putting in a new system with new coaches. How was that?
Oh, very beneficial for us because, like you said, we're a new staff, you got new players, so you're trying to implement your system, and the extra time gave us that benefit, and we've taken advantage of it. So we have all of our stuff in, and it's still an ongoing process, but we're ahead of schedule, you know, as opposed to had we started 2 weeks later.
And you also got to do the international trip over the summer, get to go to Spain. And not only did you get to go to Spain, but you got to play a little basketball as well, and that had to help also.
Oh, that was great. The trip to Spain was unbelievable. Those guys, most guys on our team would never get the opportunity to go travel abroad.
Right.
You know, so that was a great cultural experience for them. But for us as a basketball team, it gave us 10 days of extra practice in the summer. So we went twice a day for 10 days, and that gave us a great head start on the season. So when we started back in September, we were already ahead of the curve.
And you're a very senior-laden team this year, 6 seniors on the team. That's got to help not only just kind of help working with the team as a whole all the way down, but, I mean, just to have those guys as team leaders.
Oh, yeah, well, there's no substitute for experience. You know, like I said, we have 6 seniors. Those guys, they've been through the battles. They know what it takes. And it's always good when you're trying to put something new in to do it with mature guys, experienced guys, because they're able to process the information a little quicker than, say, a freshman or a sophomore would. So that helped big time.
So what part of the team do you work with, and who are some guys we should watch out for?
Well, I work with the post guys.
Okay.
That would be Wesley Hinton, Tevin Calhoun, Kevin Thomas, Josh Warren, Hobie Hughes, those big guys, and they do a great job of coming to work every day, and I'm pretty tough on them, so they know they better come to work or it's gonna be trouble. But they've done a great job of buying into what we're asking them to do, and the progress that they've made so far has been tremendous.
All right, and finally, I know we already talked about the Ole Miss game, but you'll also be home at Monday, and that's a great chance for fans to come out and see you that maybe didn't get to come to the exhibition game.
Right.
And you'll be home against LaGrange. What are you looking forward out of that game?
Well, we're just excited to open our home opener. You know, like you said, give the fans a chance to come and watch us play if they didn't catch us in the exhibition game last week. So it's going to be an exciting game. Our guys, they'll be excited to play at home. Hopefully, we'll be returning home after a road win.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us,
Yes,
and
sir.
look forward to talking more during the year.
All right, good deal.
All right, stay tuned for more coming up on It's Tea Time. And welcome back for our final look at Troy sports, and we're going to talk some volleyball with the head coach, Sonny Kirkpatrick, and coach, a tough weekend in Louisiana, losses to Lafayette and then to Monroe.
Yeah, I mean, Lafayette played really well. It's a really difficult building to play in, but they definitely didn't make it easy on us. Some uncharacteristic mistakes, but on that night they were the better team. And Saturday we went in, we're up 2-0, playing pretty well. And then Monroe, for whatever reason, decided not to make any errors in games 3, 4, and 5, and we were still serving for the match in game 4. Couldn't get it done, and unfortunately came home with a 2-loss weekend. And we didn't play poorly. Monroe played really well. Mm-hmm. So, hats off to them, but we need to figure out a way to win a match when you're up 2-0.
Well, and right now, you've had some recent struggles, but you've got a chance to really turn it around right now with a 3-match homestand that, could be a make or break for your team, as we were talking about beforehand. And you open it up with South Alabama, which, what better way to do it than against a big rival? Right.
We're really looking forward to tomorrow night. We'd love to have a full packed house out there. South Alabama is our natural rival, and they're much different than when we played them earlier in the year. So are we. And it should be a really competitive match and some fun for the fans to get out and watch. How important, I know you face Arkansas State then on Friday and then UT Arlington on Saturday. How important is it to have this 3-match homestand right now? Because these 3 games at home. It's always crucial to play at home. You try to win your home matches and you try to steal a couple on the road. Fortunately, when we went down to South Alabama, we beat them down there. I hope we can continue to play well at home over the next 3 matches. We lost to both Arkansas State and UT Arlington in 5 at their place. So while our record's not great, we've been competitive and we've been in every match. And a ball here or there is the difference between winning and losing. And Saturday is going to mark senior night, and you've had some big contributions from a couple of your players, and Alexander and Courtney Cohen. What have they meant to your squad? They've done a great job. They've been a really nice framework for us to continue to build the program. Courtney is already, I believe, our all-time dig leader at Troy, and has a chance to go over 2,000 digs for her career, which would be the first one in Troy history, and would be one of 5 in the Sun Belt Conference. Oh, wow. So, she's got a chance to put her name in the record books for hopefully a long time. Alex has done a great job stepping into a position we needed to fill, and her growth through the last 3 years has been tremendous in there, and a lot of our success is due to what she's done for us. All right, Coach. Well, good luck during this stretch, and hopefully you'll pull out some big wins. Thanks, Jonathan. And join us again next week for more Troy sports on It's Tea Time.